starting our broadcast early this afternoon as there's several bits of breaking news we need to bring along to you, and I'm going to start out with a minor traffic alert to bring along to you in Jonesboro as we get everybody joining our live stream this afternoon. It's 2 o'clock in Jonesboro and in Batesville, where an inmate has reportedly walked off of the scene of a work detail. We'll talk about that in just a moment. First up, breaking news from Jonesboro, where a traffic alert has a 3-car crash happening at the intersection of South Caraway Road and East Parker. They're checking on injuries, but I just got off the phone with E911 Director Jeff Presley, who told me that they thought that the vehicles were moved out of the road, and the feeling was, at least from what he's gathered from the folks there at that very busy intersection, that it's not thought to be as serious as it certainly first sounded. As you can see, though, the tweet that was sent out by E911 was a fairly serious sounding situation in the form of a 3-car crash that happened at that very busy intersection in Jonesboro. But that's not the only breaking news we have this afternoon. Breaking news this afternoon from Independence County, where an inmate community service worker reportedly walked away from work at the recycling center. Justin Wedge was last seen at approximately noon in Independence County. The Sheriff's Department was notified at 1 p.m. that Wedge walked away from his assigned work detail. It says he was currently in custody for a Class C misdemeanor, fleeing on foot and obstructing governmental operations. If you have any idea about his whereabouts, please contact the Independence County Sheriff's Department at 870-793-8838. Again, just coming in a short time ago from the Independence County Sheriff's Department, an inmate walking off, apparently while doing work service at the recycling center, and authorities learning about it approximately an hour after he was last seen. Doesn't mean he walked away an hour ago from that point in time. They just figured it out for certain at 1 p.m., we know. But if you know where he might be, or if you have any idea, if you've seen him, contact the Independence County Sheriff's Department, 870-793-8838. It's Friday, June 15th, 2018, and this is NEA Report. A chain of wrecks was caused by a single driver and a single vehicle in Paragould today, and that ended in a fatality after the driver perished at a hospital. That's all according to police, who say that the driver first crashed into a pole. It was at about 9:20 a.m. when Paragould police say that they responded to Highway 49 South near the Walmart neighborhood market for a one-vehicle crash into a pole. When they arrived, they said the driver was still in the vehicle. The vehicle was still running and in drive, police said, and after multiple attempts to get the vehicle turned off and the driver assessed for injuries, authorities say that the driver backed out of the accident scene and fled north on Highway 49. A near miss then happened as the vehicle continued northbound, oncoming traffic at this point, and almost smashed into an ambulance responding to the initial crash report. The vehicle remained northbound in southbound lanes up to the intersection of Pruitt's Chapel and Highway 49 South. That's when the vehicle struck a Paragould Fire Department rescue truck sitting stationary at the at the stoplight there, and in the inside southbound lane, according to police. The sole occupant of the vehicle was transported to Arkansas Methodist Medical Center, where they did not survive the injuries, according to authorities, but names not released. We don't know the gender of the individual either, but just a tragic set of circumstances and a very unusual set of circumstances as well. Hopefully we can find out more information about how this happened. Okay, so I want to come back just for a second to this breaking news story that we told you about a moment ago. We've got a guy in Independence County that's walked off from a work detail, and we wanted to put the number up just so everybody could see that and know how that you can get in touch with authorities if you happen to run across this gentleman. We are looking at Justin Wedge, last seen around noon today in Independence County, held on a Class C misdemeanor, fleeing on foot and obstructing governmental operations. Fairly minor charges, considering all things. We would have never seen him in the news if this would not have taken place. But Independence County now, him walking away from the work detail, allegedly, based on what they've now sent out as a release, that's most certainly not good. It's in fact, one of the posts said they let him do community service. As this was a citizen posted this, and trust him, and his charge was fleeing on foot. It says, of course, he walked away. Well, I mean, you try to give people the benefit of the doubt for minor charges with possibly minor consequences, and then this sometimes happens. Just wanted to update you guys in case you joined the live stream late. If you have any information about the gentleman that I just showed you on the screen, that is the number that you would want to call. It's 205. We didn't have a news broadcast yesterday, so I missed this one, but I must acknowledge it because it's a cool moment for Arkansas State University and for Craighead County as a whole. A ribbon-cutting ceremony was held this week on Wednesday for the campus bicycle and pedestrian multi-use path at Arkansas State University. Chancellor Kelly Danfus dedicated the first section of a new campus bicycle and pedestrian loop at A-State's campus in Jonesboro this week. It was held on Wednesday and attended by Highway Commissioner Alec Farmer of Jonesboro, Arkansas State officials, students from A-State and the NYIT College of Osteopathic Medicine also on hand. Dampus said that he wanted to create a safe environment for the students as a top priority of his tenure, as his leadership. He said, quote, "We know this generation of students enjoys having walkable, bikeable living spaces. We also want to encourage exercise and provide a place where the entire community, not just our students, can walk, run, or bike. We want to do our part to enhance the quality of life for A-State campus and Jonesboro, for the A-State campus." When you're talking about education, you got to include the article adjective, Stan. But it's a cool development because a lot of folks, even that don't go to Arkansas State University, still have to go through the campus to get to certain places. It's in the heart of Jonesboro. Big story about this at NEAreport.com on our education page. Really easy to find, too. Let me show you how to do it. First, just head to NEAreport.com. The website's gorgeous. Then click on education. Boom. It's easy to find. The story there is the top story right there. A fun event is happening tomorrow night downtown Jonesboro. It's at Emerald's Triangle. We're talking about 221 South Main Street, 221B Baker Street. I don't know why that just made me think of that. Does anybody have a clue what I'm talking about in chat? You probably do if you know Sherlock Holmes. Okay, but if you don't, it's 221 South Main Street, Emerald's Triangle. And Prism Art Show is going to be featuring local artists, including Shannon Lamb, Callie Perkins, Sasha Ravinsky, and Braden Walls. And it's going to have a lot of cool stuff, too, that you can actually win. They're going to have raffles. So not only can you observe some neat art and support local artists, you might actually walk out of there with something neat. But you're also going to be able, as I mentioned, to pick up some stuff, too. Now, the event is on Facebook. Here's a couple of previews of a few of the items that you can win in raffles. This one by Callie Perkins. And I guarantee you we're going to have some folks in chat that know who this character is. It's SpongeBob. By the way, did you guys know that the voice of Patrick in SpongeBob, I think it's Roger something. I can't think of his last name. But anyway, I don't want to butcher it. But he's from Jonesboro, Arkansas. Yeah. So maybe the next art that Braden, that's by Braden Walls there. Maybe if he does a Patrick one, maybe we can get Patrick himself to sign it. I don't know. But I do know that there's going to be a fun art show happening tomorrow night, downtown Jonesboro, 7 to 11. And if you're out and about, or even if you're not, get out and support local artists, making their thing happen and making the town look creative and pretty while they're doing it. More news is on the way after a break, and we get to hear from a couple of our sponsors, the ones that make this broadcast possible. Thank you so very much to them every single day. Don't forget to show them your support as well by liking and supporting them on social media or just visiting their business. Let's hear from a few.
Family Medical Clinic of Walnut Ridge and Bono are your neighborhood healthcare providers, and we're now accepting new patients. We know you have a tight schedule, so we're here 6 days a week at both locations from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Walk-ins are welcome. In Walnut Ridge, stop by 1045 West Main Street or call us to make an appointment, 886-8300. In Bono, we're on Highway 63 North or call 930-9990. Walnut Ridge Family Medical Clinic and Bono Family Medical Clinic. Here for you when you need us.
Specializing in unloading contents and packet moves, fully insured and licensed, The Moving Company is the only company to call for your next move. The Moving Company's award-winning team will quickly, safely, and efficiently move your belongings where you need them, whether it's across town or across the country. The Moving Company. Equipped with 2 full-size moving trucks and all the supplies and tools for any move, the Moving Company is prepared for the toughest jobs to the most gentle. To book your next move, give us a call at 882-2842 or send us a message to our Facebook page by searching The Moving Company.
Haley Norris, Realtor. Should I make my hair go like this? Whether you need to buy, sell, or lease. Haley, can I use my hands? Or is that, where are my hands? Where do they go?
Just say,
Haley?
Just say Haley.
Whether you need my expertise. Haley Norris, Realtor. Or even do a commercial lease. Haley Norris, Realtor. Should I say Remax Real Estate Center or no? Is that too salesy?
No, that's good.
My average days on market is just 50 days. You need my expertise. And that means I'm putting more money back in your pocket.
Let's take a look now at your New Wave Wireless weather forecast. Home of the $49 iPhone screen repair. It's an unusual forecast because we got a heat advisory that's out there for us right now. So for sure it's miserable if you're outside today. It's also been terribly humid the last 24 hours, maybe even further back than that. Before I look at the 5-day though, let me actually show you guys this horribly oppressive heat advisory that we have in effect for us right now. This is for pretty much all of Northeast Arkansas. So if you live in NEA, you'll first notice that Mississippi County's name has melted. But other than that, you'll also know with the temperatures today around the 96 degree mark as far as highs go, that's put the heat indices between 106 and 108. And that is dangerous level territory if you're outside, if you're working, if you're mowing the yard even. You could find yourself subjected to heat exhaustion. So make sure to know the signs for that type of thing. In fact, we'll look at some of those here in just a second. First of all, I want to show you your New Wave Wireless 5-day forecast, home of the $49 iPhone screen repair. And if you can see right now that today and tomorrow on the forecast, it looks like the hottest temperatures are going to be in the next 2 days. But it does also show in our 5-day that we've got a few chances for thunderstorms. So I want to talk about those here in a sec. First of all, this afternoon, 20% chance for thunderstorms tapering off when we hit the evening hours with mostly clear skies. Low around 74. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and a high near 96. The heat indices around 107, 108. Again, expect another heat advisory tomorrow. Saturday night, mostly clear, low around 76. Sunday, 30% chance for thunderstorms, but mostly sunny skies and a high near 95. It pretty much guarantees it's going to be humid. It looks like Sunday night, partly cloudy, low around 75. Monday, 30% chance for thunderstorms, 192, and partly sunny skies when it's not thunderstorming. And then Tuesday, a 30% chance for thunderstorms, partly sunny, a high near 93. It's 92 for the highs on Wednesday and Thursday, but you still have chances for thunderstorms every day next week, right now at least, from what we're seeing from the National Weather Service. I told you guys I was going to look up what it was that the heat exhaustion signs were, and we have. First of all, let me just tell you right now, it's about 93 degrees. Humidity is about 56%. That's what I'm seeing right now. Man, it felt like it was 150% last night. So some of the signs, some of the warning signs of heat exhaustion, and this is all coming from the CDC. In fact, let me see if I can get this pulled up so I can show you guys some of these useful tips from the Centers for Disease Control. Their website, coming in handy here on NEA report. Boom, there it is. Check it out. Here's what to look for. It says for heat-related illness, high body temperatures, hot, red, dry, damp skin, fast, strong pulse. The big one I always notice is headache, dizziness, nausea, confusion. Well, I always have that one. And then loss of consciousness. What to do? It's call 911 right away. Heat stroke is a medical emergency, it says. Those are the signs for that. The signs for heat exhaustion it has are heavy sweating, cold, pale, clammy skin, fast, weak pulse, nausea, vomiting, muscle cramps, tiredness or weakness, dizziness, headache, fainting. If that's the case, you may be suffering from heat exhaustion. Your steps are to move to a cool place, loosen the clothes, sip water, put cool, wet clothes on your body, get medical help right away if you're throwing up. That's apparently one of the big signs. Symptoms are getting worse. Also get medical help too. Let me scroll down on the page. That's one that we were looking at first. That's the second one that we were just looking at now. And if you want to see these, just type in heat exhaustion signs. That's literally the first result. Heat cramps would show up. You've got muscle pain or spasms, heavy sweating during intense exercise. Of course, you got to worry about sunburn and heat rash too. But we want to make sure folks stay safe. Whatever you do, if you're out there and you're out in the heat, definitely keep it in your mind. If you're not hydrated, bad things can happen for sure. Now some community recognition and a big shout out to the children of First Baptist Church, where the Vacation Bible School class for the kids raised funds to purchase water for the police and the fire department in Truman. Pretty cool, and it's not cool outside at all, but it was a cool act by these kids. It's those hot temperatures that we've been talking about that are the reason behind this. Well, that and the compassion for those that are out serving the community too. With the hot temperatures, like the heat indices that have caused that heat advisory for us today, it's really hard on first responders and emergency workers, even if they're not battling a fire, even if they're just standing out on a highway for an hour. That is still a lot of heat, and that heat coming up off of the highway is even more. It's like they're having two heat sources on them at once. They got to stay hydrated out there just for a few minutes. It is needed, and this is a great effort and a great way also for folks to show that they care. And we applaud those kids at the Truman First Baptist Church and the Vacation Bible School Kids class. While we're recognizing great acts in the community, let's talk about the excellent work and a good job and just an awesome human being. That's what was all shown as a young lady from Lawrence County, Skylar Dillport, posted these photos earlier in the week. It shows a JPD officer stopping at 2:30 in the morning and helping her change a flat tire. Now, I didn't tell this when I shared the story, but I want to tell you a little bit of an extra bit of the story that she told me when I asked her about this. This officer, Logan Butler, she saw the officer, right? And she's like, I got to take a picture to show people what you're doing. He said, no, you don't have to do that. You don't have to, I don't want, I'm not doing this for that. But she did it anyway. And that is the kind of officer that totally deserves to get a little bit of attention. And it's all for the right reasons. Very cool act indeed. Been a busy week for us on NEA Report. Thank you so very much for watching all the way to the end of the show. I really love you guys that are doing that for me. If you haven't yet, like, follow, subscribe, do all those things for social media. Invite your friends to do that, and I would really appreciate it. If you get 2 or 3 of your friends to tell me they liked because of you, guess what? I'll make sure that you get an NEA Report shirt. Can I even do that legally? Yes, I can, because there's nothing against the law about giving out shirts. Okay, that makes no sense, I know, but it's probably the heat, and it's also the fact that we have worked so long this week. It's been a lot of work. But I'll tell you what, if the storms do start to do anything wacky or weird this weekend, I will come back. I'll do some more coverage. And if breaking news breaks out, as always, NEA Report will break in. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in and watching the show. And, again, we hope you have a great weekend, okay?